Hello everybody, this is Captain Jurwa, bringing you another Pokemon Showdown live today. Basically, my friend Super Effective 87 gave me this Ampharos set, this Mega Ampharos set, I should say. It's basically just a very bulky attacker, just hits hard, takes hits well, and abuses the nice electric dragon type. So basically, he gave me this set. I'm like, oh, that seems pretty cool. I want to make a team around that. So just because it has Volt Switch, I've decided to make a Volt Turn team around this Ampharos Mega Ampharos set here. So yeah, that's what we're going to be battling with today. So yeah, we've just got the set here, just got some custom EVs here just so we can take hits well, also retaliate pretty hard ourselves, and yeah. And then we've got our Landorus Therian here. Just because Landorus Therian, even though I know I do use it quite a bit, it's just so good. It's just a great counter to like almost, well, not almost all, just lots of physical attackers with its typing. And it has U-turn, so it fits well in a Volt Turn team, can get Stealth Rocks up and that type of thing. Then we have Banded Genesect. Genesect is actually allowed in the Pokebank OU tier, and Genesect was like one of my favorite Pokemon back in 5th gen when it was OU because, you know, it's just so god-darn good. It's got, you know, with like Choice Band, U-turns, it just hits so hard. And with the fairy types running around now, it's a pretty good check to them. I think actually, since it's Steel and Bug, it might 4 times resist fairy. I'm not quite sure on that. But we can hit them with nice banded iron heads and then just have this great coverage. And yeah, just Genesect, I love it. Then we got Rotom Wash. It goes really well with Landorus Therian, goes well on a Volt Turn team. Is great check for things like Aegislash because it can burn it through the King's Shield, and just great specially defensive tank there. Then we've got our Choice Scarf Hydreigon. I wanted to try Hydreigon because with the Dark type buff, like a Scarfed Dark Pulse could be very devastating. And it also gets U-turn, so if it's on the team. Although this thing is pretty much shut down by fairy types now, but I can just U-turn out and go into Genesect, hit them with an Iron Head, or just U-turn out myself. And then we've got Banded Terrakion, because Terrakion doesn't need U-turn to be awesome. It's got the Choice Band. It is freaking powerful, and yes, there's that. But anyway, yeah, let's just try to get a battle with this team. Hopefully, it should do pretty well. I have battled with it a couple times before this, and it did pretty well. And yeah, I'm actually, yeah, there we go. Got a battle, and this guy has a what's this thing called? Trevenant. I was thinking it was Gorgeist, but that is Trevenant. Not quite sure what that thing does. I actually have not seen one yet at all. That's my first one I've seen. This Pinsir is probably Mega Pinsir. This Clefable is probably Cosmic Power, because Blame Truth, I've seen his videos that he's doing something about Cosmic Power Clefable, so that's what that is, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think, yeah, I'm going to need to get that Fortress out of the way, because Stealth Rocks are definitely going to be a good thing here, but alright, let's see. This thing actually, oh, actually no, I have Stone Edge to hit it, never mind. He has nothing to take a Stone Edge from a Terrakion, but he's getting impatient here, so I should just lead off with Genesect, get it over with, because, you know, Genesect is just the best lead in the entire game, and the switch to Heatran is very obvious here. He could just stay in, just be that guy, and you know what, I'm going to just Flamethrower, because it's better for me to bring the Fortress down to the Sturdy, then have him just stay in and set up all his hazards, because he's Custap, so what a guy. But if he since he stayed in like he did, if I U-turned, I would have to bring in something like Hydreigon and kill him and risk the miss. And since I just stayed in Flamethrower, even if he went into Heatran, I could just bring in Rotom and it would be fine. So just let him get all his freaking hazards up, because he's a dang guy who uses hyper offensive teams, and like all the battles that I've played have just had spikes, and it just annoys me to no end because I hate spikes. Alright, but we got a Heatran here. I do have a Rotom, so I'm not worried at all in the slightest. I also do have an Ampharos, but this thing might have Earth Power, and he just protects, so that's kind of weird. But I'm just going to Volt Switch out, because this, what the frick are you doing? Why would you stay in? Alright. Toxic. Okay. What? Ugh. I hate it when... I hate it when people stay in on a matchup like that. It just annoys me so much. But we'll just Mega Evolve Volt Switch here. No big deal. He's probably gonna like fear a Focus Blast, maybe? I don't know. Although, he obviously... Yeah, why would you stay in on a Rotom and switch out on an Ampharos? Yeah. Alright, but now he's got the Trevenant in here. I really don't know what these things do. But he's Ghost and Grass, which is a pretty good typing, I must say. But I'm just going to go into Banded Genesect and just get a nice U-turn off. He knows I have the Flamethrower, so he's probably not going to want to stay in for that. So I'll just go for a U-turn as he brings in the Heatran. Yeah, what I'm going to do here is bring in Landorus T. I do have speed investment, and he seems to be like fully specially defensive here. So I should be able to scare him out or force the Protect, so this is the perfect opportunity to get up the Stealth Rocks because they're going to be very good. Just wearing down this Heatran, the Trevenant, Hawlucha, and definitely that Pinsir, because I'm pretty afraid of that Pinsir, honestly. And it actually would be pretty smart of him here to just stay in and try to weaken my Landorus Therian, because it is actually putting a stop to this thing. And the Pinsir, more so the Pinsir. But actually, this was a good switching because Landorus, even though it can take hits from this thing really well, it can't really do anything to it. So that's a good switch, but I actually don't have too much for Hawlucha. But I have to go into Rotom here, and he goes for a Power Punch, and now I'm just going to die to a high jump kick, but I'm going to try to get my Resto Chesto Berry off, but he has Flying Press. And if you don't know what Flying Press is, it's basically a dual type move. It's like fire and, or not fire. It is fighting and flying type, so that is why it's not very effective on Rotom. And it's pretty cool that he's running it because it's Hawlucha's signature move. But it probably would have been smarter to run Eye Jump Kick there. So I'm just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp since I basically determined he cannot touch me. Although I probably should just go right for a Volt Switch because his Clefable may or may not have Heal Bell. And Volt Switch should just do a lot anyway. And that, holy crap, that does a lot. And the cancel didn't work, but it actually works out better for me because that thing's burned and now I can just Volt Switch. And that Power Punch does nothing, holy crap. Alright, but now he's weakened. I unfortunately don't have anything to outspeed him now that his Unburden is up, so I'm forced to just go into Terrakion and go for a Quick Attack. He can just bring in Trevenant there, but this makes it so we can bring in Trevenant for free. Or Clefable for free? What? I guess he realizes I'm locked into that, but it's whatever, I don't really care. I'm just gonna bring in Banded Genesect, and I knew it! I knew it. Totally called it. I'm just gonna sit in here and Iron Head. This should definitely be to a KO, and even if it isn't, I just can get some nice flinches. He's basically forced to bring in Heatran. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's Fairy now. I completely forgot about that. So that thing is dead. And I don't know why you're not bringing in your Heatran, because this is dead. Goes Banded Genesect is amazing. I love it. And this is also dead. Why aren't you bringing in Heatran? Why aren't you bringing in Heatran? I don't know why you're not bringing in Heatran. You just brought in everything but Heatran, and they all died. Because I'm a Banded Genesect. Oh my lord. Alright, I'm just going to bring in Terrakion just so I can attempt to preserve the 6-0 here, except he's not going to let me do that, but that's the best switch anyway. But I'm going to predict him to be a dang guy and just protect. So I'm going to go right back into Heatran because I don't care about your Protect. I'm just going to bring in Heatran. Just, even though I can totally get, like, roared, Earth-powered. But, yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know why he was messing around with Genesect like that. Like, he has the perfect counter to Genesect in the form of Heatran, and he just brought in everything else to just die to Ironhead. Like, what? Oh my god. What the hell? And he's taking forever now. It's, funnily enough, he's the one who turned on the timer on me because I was talking over the team preview for a really long time. But, yep, now he's just gonna time stall out here. I think I might just get another battle here because, let's see, how long have we been going? We've been going for 10 minutes. Usually these Showdown lives are only like 10-15 minutes, but this was not the best of battle. I don't know what this guy was doing. So I think we are going to get another one here. I'll just let that one time out. I'll just check back to it in a little bit here. Okay, he did make a move. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he did just Protect. So I'll just click Earthquake and win that. Okay. So now we've got this guy. Perfect transition. He has 4 things weak to Stealth Rocks and a Fortress, and then an Aegis Slash. But he has lots and lots of Genesect counters. Or checks, I should say. So I really, really, really need to kill that Fortress. It is the prime target, so I'm going to lead off with a Rotom. He leads off with Volcarona. Though the reason I didn't lead off with Genesect just to threaten the potential Fortress is because he has so many like fire types like this, and Rotom does pretty well against them. So let's just Hydro Pump here. He just Quiver Dances first turn. He's probably going to sweep me. Yep, because he can just Quiver Dance again and just sweep me. But I have a Terrakion, so let's go into that. He's probably a bulky Volcarona, I would think. So there's that. So he probably doesn't have the Giga Drain to touch Terrakion because I'm thinking he has Roost, since my Hydro Pump did so little. And I just ate my words, and I just lost. So let's get another one here. Volcarona is very threatening. Keep that in mind. Alright. So he has an Excadrill as his spinner. He does have 2 things weak. I really need to get like a spin blocker. I did not expect this many people to have spinners, but so far everyone has had a spinner. So I'm gonna need to revise my strategy around that. But looks like any lead is wrecked by Genesect. I don't really know what he's gonna lead off with, so just gonna lead off with Genesect here. That Gengar is probably Mega Gengar. But I should be fine. I might just go for Ironhead. Yeah, let's just go for Ironhead. He does have a Gyarados, which is a pretty good... Oh, he's sub to Sable. Alright, there's that. He does have a Gyarados, which is a pretty good Genesect counter if you don't have Thunderbolt. But I do have an Ampharos and a Rotom, so it's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, there's the Gyarados. So I thought he'd be sub to Sable, but I guess he's just scouting with sub. But this is actually really good because I can Volt Switch, but he does have the Excadrill. So I'm just going to go right into my Rotom, actually, as he does bring in Venusaur. That's kind of weird. I'm actually going to burn this. I'm thinking he's going to Sleep Powder, and I do have a Chesto Berry, and this thing is very, very threatening. So, yeah, I just need to burn this. Okay, just Giga Drains. I would think he wouldn't want to do that when I have a Genesect, but whatever, I'll take it. I will indeed take that. So, odds are he won't go for a Sleep Powder here because he can just kill my Rotom. And I didn't switch out, although my switch this turn is fairly obvious, so whatever. I probably should carry Sleep Talk on something. Okay, Leech Seeds, that's the other play he could do. Thinking he won't want to stay in, but Mega Venusaur is going to be able to live any of these hits. So I wouldn't not be too surprised if he stayed in. Alright, but he does just go into Gyarados. Mega Ampharos is a really great counter to this thing unless it has Earthquake. But he does have the Excadrill, which is pretty much a great counter to Ampharos. So I just need to keep going into Rotom here. Just got to keep Volt switching out here. Just do my Volt turn thing. Just keep the momentum going. I can just... Anytime... Like, Genesect is still very useful to me here. Because I can just U-turn out on the Gyarados when he brings it in. And then just go into Rotom and Volt switch out. Because, yeah... He's basically... I'm basically just doing damage to this Mega Venusaur and Gyarados without taking any damage myself here. So... Alright, but I'm thinking he's not going to want to bring the Gyarados. Okay, yeah. He just wants to stay in with Venusaur. What can I bring? I'm going to bring in Ampharos here, just in case he Sleep Powders. And if he doesn't, I can Mega Evolve and go for a Dragon Pulse, because I do have quite a few checks to that Excadrill. So I can just bring this in. He does go for Giga Drain. I can just Mega Evolve here and Dragon Pulse and hopefully kill him as he Toxics. That's kind of a weird move to have, but that will just take him right out and I can just rest it off. Now, the best switch would be T-Tar, but he does just bring in Excadrill. But I do have a Landorus Therian, so I'm just going to go right into that. Oh, but he's Swords Dance. This is actually pretty bad. Actually, no, this is not that bad, because I have things faster than him. So let's just Stone Edge. Can just Stone Edge here. And then I can just take him out with an Earthquake. So, yeah, this is actually good if he just stays in here. What he should do is switch into Gengar. But Excadrill is a very good counter to lots of things on my team. And I just realized how threatening this thing is. Oh god, this thing is threatening. Holy crap. Shoot. I think it's too threatening. It's too threatening. Oh my god, it's so threatening. It's so threatening. Alright, I'm just gonna Stone Edge here. Or I could be cheeky and just go for an Earthquake, predicting that Excadrill. But nah, I'm just gonna Stone Edge. Although I probably should close combat. Oh, okay, he just sacks Gyarados. Alright. That was actually not too bad of a play because he still has the Gengar to switch in on my, he still has the Gengar to switch in on Genesect, and yeah. But this thing is just going to set up a substitute and be really annoying. So I'm going to go into my Ampharos here. I should be able to take the hits, because I am very specially defensive. And I can just Volt Switch if he tries to substitute. Because that is how you beat Gengar, is you just U-turn or Volt Switch to break the subs, and it can't do anything off of that. Alright, but he just Will-O-Wisps instead, so that's kind of weird. I am just going to go straight for a Volt Switch here, as he just does substitute, so okay, that's good. And now I'm going to go into Hydreigon. He has Substitute, Will-O-Wisp. He might not have fighting coverage. So I could just U-turn. I'm thinking he's going to want to bring in T-Tar. Actually, no, I'm just going to Dark Pulse. Okay, he does bring in T-Tar. The reason I wanted to Dark Pulse is he might not have suspected I was Scarfed, and he might have just tried to kill me. But, yeah, whatever. But I'm just going to bring in Landorus T. I should be able to take all the hits pretty well unless he has Ice Beam, and I really just want to get my Stealth Rocks here because of that freaking Noivern there. Alright, so I do take that very well. I should threaten him out here. I'm thinking the Gengar is actually coming back in, but I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rocks because I do need to get those up right now. And I'm actually surprised. Oh, wait, no, never mind. This, yeah, that was never Gengar, or that was never Mega Gengar because he had freaking Mega Venusaur. So, yeah, just now noticed that. But this thing is back, and I hate this thing. Alright, I need to figure out what I want to sack right now. I'm actually thinking I should just go into Genesect, even though it's going to get to it KO'd. Just because he still does have the Gengar and this thing, and he does apparently predict that. So, there's that. But now I can just bring in this. I really do still want to predict that Excadrill, so I'm going to do that. Because I think he's choiced. His switch here, if he does the correct switch, no, never mind. I was going to say, if he goes into Gengar this turn, he has a very good chance of winning this match. But now that that Excadrill is gone, I'm in a very good position. Because now my Terrakion can just spam Stone Edge, and I can freely go for Volt Switch and freely go for Dragon moves. So that was very good. But now he's going to like go for a Substitute or just a Shadow Ball, and that, okay, he's a Life Orb. So that did a lot more than I was thinking it was going to do. But I definitely am going to want Death Fodder for that Noivern. So I'm going to go into Hydreigon here. As, okay, he just takes more Life Orb. I'm going to just go for a U-turn here, as he gets me. Dang it, I was trying to be all smart, but he didn't let me do that. So, just have to sack Ampharos here. Just because of that good prediction on his part. Yeah, that just got rid of my Death Fodder. So, there's that. But what I can do is just go for a U-turn and go into my Terrakion. Because if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to live any hit at full health from that Noivern. I don't think it carries any moves that are super effective against Terrakion. But just to be... Actually, no. Oh, yeah, let's just stay in Hurricane. Oh, that was a crit. Holy... So yeah, that was probably Scarfed Noivern then, if that was a crit. Because I took that crit really well. Jeez, that's actually insane how well I took that. Although, actually, now that I think about it, Noivern actually isn't that powerful. I think let's actually check right now. Noivern. Yeah, it only has base 97 special attacks, so it actually wasn't that big of a threat in the first place, I guess. I did kind of freak out about it. And, of course, gotta get the Stealth Rocks up. This guy knows what's going on. Stealth Rocks are the most important thing. You have to get them up at least some point in the match. So, there we go. That was that battle. GG indeed. And, yes. So, hope you guys enjoyed this battle, or these two battles. I know I did. Anyway, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It definitely helps me out, and it does mean a lot to me. So, yeah. Anyway, see you guys later. Hope you have a good day. Peace.